There's a fundamental confusion at the heart of human suffering. We spend our lives reaching for things that slip through our fingers, fighting battles we can never win, and attaching our peace of mind to outcomes we don't control. Epictetus, who lived in Rome during the 1st and 2nd centuries AD, taught that this confusion, this failure to distinguish between what is ours and what is not, is the root cause of every disturbance in our soul. He opens the Enchiridion with a statement of profound simplicity: of things, some are in our power, and others are not. But what Epictetus meant by this goes far deeper than it appears. This isn't about making the best of a bad situation. This is about understanding the fundamental nature of reality and your place within it. This is about discovering what genuine freedom actually means. Let me take you through what Epictetus actually taught. Not as inspiration, but as a precise philosophical framework for understanding your relationship with the world. The nature of what is up to us. Epictetus was exact about what falls within our power. He said, "In our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, in a word, whatever is of our own doing." Notice he doesn't say attitude or mindset in the vague, modern sense. He's talking about something specific, the assent we give to impressions. Here's what he meant. Every moment, you receive impressions from the world. Someone speaks to you harshly. You receive a diagnosis. You lose money. You gain recognition. These impressions arrive. But between the impression and your reaction, there is a space. In that space, you have one absolute power, the power to withhold or grant assent. The power to say, "I accept this impression as true," or "I reject it." When someone insults you, the impression arrives, "I have been insulted, therefore I am diminished." But you have the power to examine this impression and say, "No. Words cannot diminish me. My worth is internal, not subject to external opinion." This is what Epictetus called prohairesis, your reasoned choice, your moral character, your capacity for decision. This, he said, is the only thing that is truly yours. This is what the Stoics meant by the ruling faculty of your mind. Everything else, everything, exists outside this sphere. The nature of what is not up to us. Epictetus continues. Not in our power are body, property, reputation, office, in a word, whatever is not of our own doing. And here he makes a critical distinction. He says, the things in our power are by nature free, unhindered, unimpeded. The things not in our power are weak, slavish, subject to hindrance, and not our own. Think carefully about what this means. Your body appears to be yours, but is it really? Can you prevent it from aging? From illness? From death? You can care for it, but ultimately, it operates according to laws you don't control. It is, in the deepest sense, not yours. Your reputation seems like something you build, but is it? Once your actions leave you and enter the minds of others, they are interpreted through frameworks you cannot access, judged by standards you didn't set, remembered in ways you cannot direct. Your reputation exists entirely outside your sphere of control. Your wealth, your position, your relationships. All of these depend on countless factors beyond your power. The economy. Other people's choices. Chance. Fortune. Epictetus is not being pessimistic here. He's being precise. He's making a philosophical claim about the nature of reality. These things are genuinely, metaphysically, not in your power. The error and its consequences. Now here's where it becomes profound. Epictetus says, if you think that what is naturally slavish is free, and what is not your own is your own, you will be hindered, you will lament, you will be disturbed, and you will blame both gods and men. This is the root error. When you treat things outside your control as if they were in your control, you have misunderstood the fundamental structure of reality. And this misunderstanding has inevitable consequences. You will be hindered. You'll constantly encounter resistance because you're fighting against nature itself. You will lament, you'll experience unnecessary grief because you expected permanence where none exists. You will be disturbed, you'll lose your tranquility because your peace depends on variables you don't control. And you will blame, you'll spend your life angry at circumstances, at other people, at the gods, because things aren't conforming to your will. But here's what Epictetus understood. The universe is not obligated to conform to your preferences. Reality operates according to its own nature, not your wishes. And when you demand that it be otherwise, you place yourself in opposition to the fundamental order of things. This is what the Stoics meant by living according to nature. Not nature in the sense of trees and rivers, but nature as the rational structure of reality itself. The freedom that remains. But Epictetus says something else. If you regard only what is your own as your own, and what is not your own as not your own, nobody will ever be able to coerce you, nobody will hinder you, you will blame nobody, you will find fault with nobody, you will do nothing against your will, you will have no enemy, and nobody will harm you, because no harm can affect you. Read that again slowly. This is a description of absolute freedom. Not freedom in the sense of doing whatever you want. Freedom in the sense of being unshakable. When your peace depends only on what you control, your judgments, your intentions, your character, then no external circumstance can disturb you. Someone can take your money, but they cannot make you greedy. Someone can imprison your body, but they cannot corrupt your integrity. Someone can speak lies about you, but they cannot alter the truth of who you are. Epictetus himself was a slave for much of his life. He was physically disabled, likely from abuse. He owned nothing. And yet he was free in a way his master never was. Because his master's peace depended on things he didn't control, his wealth, his status, his power. While Epictetus's peace depended only on his character, which was entirely his own. The practice of philosophy. Epictetus didn't present this as a theory. He said, these principles must be held ready at hand by night and by day. You must write them down and read them. You must make them the subject of conversation, whether talking to yourself or with others. This is a practice. A daily, moment-by-moment discipline. He taught his students to examine every impression immediately. You are but an impression, and not at all the thing you appear to be. When desire arises, ask, is this thing that I desire within my power? If not, recognize that your desire has attached itself to something unstable, something that can be taken. This desire will become a source of suffering. When aversion arises, ask, is this thing I'm avoiding within my power to avoid? If not, recognize that you're setting yourself up for anxiety. You're trying to avoid what you cannot avoid. This is why Epictetus says we should redirect our desire entirely to what is in our power, virtue, right judgment, good character. And redirect our aversion away from external things and toward vice, poor judgment, and bad character. The deeper implication. There's something even more profound here. Epictetus is teaching you to recognize your true nature. You are not your body, that's a temporary vessel subject to natural law. You are not your possessions, those are external objects that come and go. You are not your reputation, that's an opinion existing in other minds. You are not even your circumstances. You are your capacity for reasoned choice. You are your prohairesis. You are that faculty within you that can examine impressions and grant or withhold assent. This is what Epictetus meant when he said, you are a fragment of God. You have within you a part of Him. He wasn't being mystical. He meant that you possess logos, rationality, the same rational principle that governs the universe. And this logos, this capacity for reason and virtue, is truly yours. It cannot be taken. It cannot be diminished. It cannot be destroyed. When you realize this, when you truly understand that your essential self is this capacity for virtue, then you realize you already possess everything you need for happiness. Because virtue is the only good, and virtue is entirely within your power. Living from this understanding. So what does it mean to live from this understanding? It means when you act, you focus entirely on the action itself, not the outcome. You prepare for the interview, not to get the job, but because thorough preparation is what a rational person does. Whether you get the job is not up to you. It means when you encounter obstacles, you don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" but, "How can I respond to this with virtue?" The obstacle is not up to you. Your response is. It means when people mistreat you, you recognize they're acting from their own confused judgments about what is good and bad. Their actions reveal their character, not yours. You maintain your own character regardless. It means you can be fully engaged with life while being simultaneously detached from outcomes. Because your happiness doesn't depend on outcomes. It depends on whether you're exercising virtue in your responses. The ultimate freedom. Epictetus ends his opening teaching with this: "Therefore, if you want to be free from hindrance, and enjoy tranquility, you must master these principles. That some things are in your control and others are not. This is the path to what the Stoics called ataraxia, freedom from disturbance. Not the absence of challenges, but the presence of unshakable peace in the midst of them. You cannot control the world. You cannot control other people. You cannot control outcomes. But you can control yourself. Your judgments. Your intentions. Your character. And when you realize that this is enough, that this is everything, you discover a freedom that no circumstance can touch. This is what Epictetus taught. Not as a coping mechanism or a life hack, but as a fundamental truth about the nature of human existence and the path to genuine flourishing. The question is, will you make this distinction in your own life? Will you identify what is truly yours and release what is not? Everything you need for peace exists within your power right now. Not tomorrow. Not when circumstances change. Now. Because some things are up to us, and some things are not. And knowing the difference is the beginning of wisdom.